Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 22. It's now time for our very first round within MotoGP in our career mode. It's time for the Qatar GP. So starting from 5th position, we've got the heart rate monitor, we've got the MotoGP bike. Away we go for the first season in MotoGP. Now, something to mention is I did do some practicing before this, and I found that the difficulty was a bit too easy on power setting 3, so I'm going to try power setting 2, and if it feels it's still too easy, I'll reduce it to power setting 1, and then I'll probably try and do power setting 1 all the way through. A bit similar to what we did with Moto 3, and looks like we've already sized our way through on Pecco Bagnaia, so this could be a chance to use power setting 1 to make things a little bit more interesting, because I really don't want to just disappear away from the AI and have this as absolutely no competition whatsoever. It was my biggest fear within MotoGP 2022, is just the AI for some reason to start Grand Prix just aren't that competitive. So we'll stay as we are for now, but we'll just keep an eye on it. If we do really need to keep power setting 1 all the way through it, then that's what we'll do. But so far it's a 7 of a 10th second gap. So Pecco Bagnaia is still there, but he's not really close enough, and he's not what you would expect on the 120% difficulty AI. You would expect them to be absolutely smashing it and disappearing in the distance. But for now, we are still half a second clear, and it looks to be that the gap is somewhat oscillating between 5/10 and 6/10. So now breaking into the right-hander for turn 12, your rookie leads the way so far in this Qatar GP. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing as well, because I'm pretty certain with us running power setting 1, this should get quite interesting quite fast. With 4/10 of a second being the difference as we now approach the final corner here in Qatar to end the first lap of 6, I'm going to be very curious to see what happens on this long straight. Not the best of entries into turn 16. Here comes the long straight, ride height device enabled, power setting 1 being pushed. Pecco Bagnaia, where is he? He's going to be flying past now. Look at the speed on board the Ducati. That's more reminiscent of real life, because the Ducatis are just unbelievable. The GP23, or GP22 should I say, flying up into first place, into turn 1 as he gets a bit of a nudge from the rookie as we get pushed wide. Do we try and fight back here, going into the left-hander for turn 2? We can try and go around the outside here, but it's going to be a brave and bold manoeuvre to go into the right-hand side for turn 3 here. So under the DHL sign, and firm on the brakes we'll go as we're going to go try and go around the outside. You can't go around the outside there. We're certainly trying it, but it's not going to happen. Pecco Bagnaia holds firm and still holds on to the first position. Do we attack once more here into the left-hand side? You bet we do. Don't give up an inch. Fight back at every possible opportunity. We now reclaim the lead. This is much better. This is more like it. Unfortunately, yeah, I have to run in power setting 1 for the AI to be competitive, but still, it makes things interesting, and that's all that I'm really interested about. So now into the right-hand side here, braking quite early there for turn 9. Can never really find the right momentum for that particular corner, but it looks like we got it all right so far. As Pecco Bagnaia still in pursuit. Now, something I mentioned earlier on as we have a quick look to our left-hand side. I'm not sure where Pecco is on screen, but we still hold the position for now. I just noticed the gap in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen there. Look into the graphic there. That is a monumental gap from Bagnaia to Aleix Espargaro. Are we absolutely flying away from the competition here? I think we are. That's got to be at least a 2-3 second advantage. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. We pulled out another couple of tenths of a second on Francesco, so now is our time to try and regain some advantage before the Ducati grunt absolutely dominates on this back straight. So ride height device enabled once again, and full power to the maximum. Where is the Ducati going to be any moment now? It's still hovering around a tenth and a bit. Looks like Pecco didn't fancy going for the lunge that time around. So now downshifting quite calmly into the first corner. This one has taken somewhat of a relaxing tone at the moment in time. I think Pecco is just sizing us up, waiting for that moment to have a lunge. You know it's coming, it's just where is it going to come? Definitely the back straight is the opportunity for the Ducati as we now go firm on the brakes for the innocuous corner of turn 4. A little bit wide there. Does Pecco fancy the advantage? We certainly there. You can see the big thick winglets of the GP22 just waiting to get on through as we now go into turn 6, trying to go for that tighter apex and then running a wider exit. Not as wide as I would have wanted there, but sometimes you take the gamble and you do get caught on the rumble strip as well, so it's not really ideal. But you got to find your own racing line and riding aids, and I don't have any riding aids, and my own racing line is my own, so got to deal with what we've got. I do know there's one thing though, I don't tend to go as wide as some of the other riders I face online. Probably something I've got to try and incorporate for this season, and maybe even into the next season as well. Well, the first season with Honda is starting off exceptionally well. First place, as we're now only 50% of race distance complete. Absolutely loving life on board the Repsol Honda. Excuse me, not the Repsol Honda, getting ahead of myself there. The LCR Honda on the RC213V. So now pulling somewhat away from Pecco as we go into the left-hand side for turn 15. Tight apex, bring on the power, and get ourselves into a nice spot here for the final corner here in Qatar. That's a little bit deep, that. Oh, that's not really the spot I wanted. Got to be careful here, because if you do run it deep, sometimes the AI just absolutely clats it into the side of you if you're not careful. So moving out of the slipstream range for Pecco Bagnaia, not like he needs it, but somehow we're still holding our own on the straight there. I don't know how and what's changed. Why are we still holding on? Not entirely sure, but Power Setting 1 so far seems to be doing a fine job, as we are the fastest man on track with a 1:53.801. Now, for context, in the qualifying I was using Power Setting 3, and I got into the low 1:52, so it was very close to a 1:51. But for some reason, the AI in the qualifying in the practice are quite competitive, but when they come to the race they just panic, and they just... Oh, speaking of panic stations, ladies and gentlemen, we have made a mistake into the fourth corner, trying to go around the outside for turn 5, and I need to try and get past on Pecco. Not close enough for lunging to turn 6, so I guess now, Pecco, alright then mate, you lead the way, show me what you can do. And look at the speed difference! Oh, Power Setting 1 really let us down there. It's hindering our position as we go in from turn 6 to turn 7. It's just not going to be close enough. Look at that! The speed on the GP22! This is really realistic now. No bike can compete with the speed of the Ducati, but look at that Pecco. He's pulled out 0.8 of a second. My goodness, this has been a horrendous lap for us. We've lost 0.9 of a second, so we would have been staying with Ducati, but oh my god, he has absolutely pulled away from us. Now, I did say that I would stay on Power Setting 1, so I guess made your bed, now lie in it. I mean, I'm going to still push, because you never know, I might actually be able to chase down the world champion of 2022 as we go off the track for the first time. Surprisingly, no track limit warning there as Pecco just touches the apex for 15. Oh, I thought the gods were going to gift us then. Lady Luck almost smiled upon us and gave us a chance of victory, but this is going to be really concerning. No ride height device this time, I don't think we'll really need it. And there is Pecco just pulling away into the distance. I wasn't even paying attention there, went off the track ever so slightly. And Pecco Bagnaia, the fastest man on circuit, a 1:53.301 for the world champion. Oh, downshifting too much into turn 1. Bit of a habit I've picked up from playing Superbike 22 is you can downshift on the gears every now and again, and quite aggressively in some corners, and I'm doing that here, and I'm finding that's not really what I need to do. In fact, I actually might have picked that up more from Moto 2, but here in MotoGP it's certainly a hindrance if you downshift too early. And that is what's cost me into the first corner. And I'll tell you what, guys and gals, this might have cost me for the whole race here. The heart rate has increased because I am pushing to the maximum now, and there's another downshifting issue. Yeah, I think that's it. Unless I move over to Power Setting 3 and pursue Pecco, I don't know though. I really want this to be a challenge. And for the first race of the season, I'm quite happy with the second position. I would like to make it so that we only use Power Setting 1 for this season. I think that's my challenge for the year. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about that one, because I just think any use of Power Setting 3 or 2... Oh, Marquez has gone down. The Repsol Honda will not be acquiring any points here in Qatar. What a terrible start for the Repsol Honda man and the 8-time world champion. You got the 2-time world champion in second. The rookie on board the Honda is the top man and the only Honda in the top 8. But getting back to the point I was making with the power, I just think 2 and 3 would be too easy for us, so I'm happy to stay on Power Setting 1 as Pecco goes really close to that apex again. Goodness me, he's just begging to crash into turn 15, but he's not going to do it. He's just not having it, but we have closed in actually. We've managed to close a little bit. It's not enough to really get excited about because we only have one more lap remaining, but I am really pushing now. These are some decent laps that are going to come in now. We've had some very disappointing 154s, but now into 153s back again, 153.3. So considering we're on the lowest power setting and the AI only uses power setting 3, I think, we are only, what, 0.6 of a second behind Pecco's fastest lap, so pretty good in the sense of competitiveness, and I think this is going to be much more interesting with power setting 1, so I am firmly on board with the idea of running the first power setting and no other power for the rest of the season. I'm sure there's going to be some tracks that is going to be absolutely dire at, but the fact that it's going to be tough, competitive, and it's not just going to have me dominating the championship and winning it in like 6 rounds, or 16 rounds should I say, then I'm going to be happy. It seems bizarre to think that I would rather finish 2nd or 3rd with a handicap rather than win without a handicap. I guess that says a lot about my personality then. But I just want the content to be interesting, and I just don't think it's fun for me and for you guys to literally sit at the front and win by 12 seconds. It's just not that good. So my challenge is to win this championship with power setting 1, and unfortunately I've kind of basically given up the chase against Pecco. I'm still putting in some decent lap times, but I just can't catch up to him. And no idea what's gone on there with Aleix Espargaro and the rest. They are 5.5 seconds behind. Pecco is 2 seconds ahead of me. Power setting 1, that's my excuse. What's theirs? Who knows? But what a great race. I've really enjoyed this one. And I cannot wait for the rest of the season. I'm going to record some more, and we're going to crack on with this MotoGP Championship. We might even get 2 or 3 seasons done if I really crack on before MotoGP 23 is announced. Well, that is it then, guys, for this one. A very, very solid performance. Unfortunately, I can't seem to give it a wheelie. Certainly trying, but we'll just sit up and get across the line because we are on the podium in our first ever Grand Prix in MotoGP. So there you go then, guys. Pecco wins the race, 3.3 seconds ahead of us, and we are 7.8 seconds, almost 8 seconds clear from the 3rd place man, Aleix Espargaro. So a look at the championship standings. It's not too difficult to work that one out. It is exactly the same as what we've just seen on the previous screen. Pecco Bagnaia leading the championship, the world champion on top, the rookie in 2nd, just 5 points behind. In the team championship, Ducati Lenovo team leading the way, 14 points clear from LCR Honda and 18 clear from Aprilia Racing. So now we look at the constructor championship. Not difficult to work out who won that one. Ducati at the top, 25 points, 5 points clear from Honda and 9 clear from Aprilia. But guys, that is it from me. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below. Consider becoming a member by clicking the join button on the channel. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and see you in round 2. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.